Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International. It's now time for our first topic of discussion for today, and we're going to be talking about the importance of homeschooling as a learning method amidst the challenges posed by COVID-19, and of course about homeschooling. Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International. It's now time for our second topic of discussion for today. And of course, we're going to be talking about the 27th World Men's Handball Championship held in Egypt. And of course, a stunning and amazing performance by Egypt's national team. And they have lost a game versus Denmark. But the performance was praised by many Egyptians. And of course, on top of whom is President Fattah al-Sisi, who expressed on his social media platforms the brave and courageous performance of the Egyptian national team despite their loss. And to shed more light on this topic, we're most delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Mohamed Rashad, a sports critic. A very good morning, Mr. Mohamed, and thank you so much for joining us on The Breakfast Show.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm proud to be
Mr. Mohamed, do you have my voice?
Yes, I listen to you. How are you? Hello?
Mr. Mohamed Rashad, a very good morning, if you can hear me.
Yes, I heard you, sir. I heard you. You hear me?
We're talking
Hello?
about, dear viewers, the performance of the Egyptian national team. Do you have my voice, Mr. Mohamed?
Yes, I hear you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mohamed, okay. First of all, if you can tell us about the distinguished performance and the match between Egypt and Denmark, as Denmark has hardly won after 2 overtimes. What can you say to our team regardless of their loss?
First of all, you know, the Egyptian team make us very proud because the Denmark was the world champion, the last world champion handball, and the Egyptian teams was amazing, and they do all they can do, except mistakes, silly mistakes at the end. The other team makes same mistakes, but when you play with the great teams, when you do mistakes, you try to don't do it because maybe you can lose the match, and to the last match, you don't lose the match, you lose the competitions. If you win this match, maybe you will be in the fourth. Now you are seventh, and you lose. Very important. Like today, I hear Mr. Hisham, the head of the Federation of Egyptian teams, said first of all, the coach, the Baredo, is a good coach, and the generation is very good, and he's supposed to lead these teams and the coach. And for example, we have they are Olympic Games, and then we have after 2 years another. Before you must look to the futures, lead the coach, the player, training, and if you make mistakes, you not do it again. They make us proud. We are very very sad because we lost, but if they do or they don't, they lost against the great teams. You know, Denmark was a great team, great teams. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Mohamed, also, if you can tell us if the match between Egypt and Denmark was a hectic one for Denmark, coping with the highly skilled players, the Egyptian national team. It was a very difficult match for them, don't you think so?
Yes, because the national team, the Denmark team, Hansen was the best player. He played in Saint-Germain. And he had the title with 3 titles with Denmark, and at last two games he was not playing against us. This is one of the best player Denmark. Maybe at the final we're going to see that Denmark and France, or maybe Denmark and Sweden. But Denmark, I said, is not like yesterday, the last World Cup. Michael Hansen, his name is Michael Hansen. Is the last World Cup, he was the best player and he was the best man. He scored many goals 7-2 goals in the last tournament.
Mr. Mohammed, how does leaving the championship with the Egyptian national team's heads held up high cherish the theme that it's not a matter of winning or losing, it's more about playing in honor and exerting the utmost efforts to achieve the victory?
Yes, be proud. Any teams they play against us. For example, the last match, Ali Zain was the best player. Our one, we have Mohamed Dara, we have Yahya Dara, we have Mohamed Zain. This means they have a good performance. They are a good player. And I read today maybe they were going to be, because we have only 4 professional players. Ali Zain is professional in Emirates, and Mohamed Sinad is Neem. So after this competition and after what their performance and what they do, I think they're going to be the professional. If they go professional is the outside, this will mean more coaches for them. They will more experience, and for the future, I think it's going to help us and it's going to be people better and better because we need to have this generation, because some of Egypt was the first or the champion for the youth. And the best player or the best place we have it is fourth. That was in France, and 221. And I know we are very sad. 7th is not good, but its player is nothing or losing everything.
Mr. Mohammed, your expectations for the semifinals and the 2 upcoming very important and difficult matches, your expectations, and who do you think will deserve to be the title holders?
Maybe we saw the Denmark team, and France, they're going very, very well. Yesterday they win Poland very hard. But I think as a final, France, maybe, or Denmark, or Spain, are we going to see, because it was going to be a good match. France is very, the teams that have 6 titles, they have a good teams. You have 11 medals. You have 6 titles and 11 medals. And we spoke about the Denmark, the last World Cup they are going to be. Against Egypt, they were very good, but not. I think maybe we will have problem. They are going to play against Spain. Spain is the world champion, the Europe champion, and we have one title. And I think as maybe Spain or Sweden, or for me, I think France, Denmark will going to be the 1 and 2.
Mr. Mohammed, how do you see, or what do you think would be the impact of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's message to the national team, and how the players received this message despite their loss?
They're going to be more confident to you and let you. But when you see to the match, we have the coach of the Denmark team said they do a silly mistakes, and he said to Egypt they made a silly mistakes too. This, you are proud. You are the president speak to the player and said we are behind you, and the organization was proud of them. But you're going to you must see the mistakes. You must look to the mistakes, and you don't do it again in the future, because you have with these generations. And once they does with behind the Denmark, it's supposed to be not this place, not supposed to be this place.
Yes. Also, what kind of message, Mr. Mohammed, does this send to the whole world? Egypt hosting and organizing this very important tournament, bringing together 32 national teams, having a very successful event, a tournament, of course, and the precautionary measures of COVID-19 are in place, and seeing the players visiting, going for sightseeing, taking photos by the pyramids, by the sea. What does this message send to the whole world?
It's good matches. It looks like Egypt. Egypt is a good country. Egypt is a strong country, strong with people. And this measures, it means that when you with COVID-19 and you threw the championship like this. And for the first time, it was 32 teams. And if you see the whole World Cup, what the press of the whole World Cup speak about Egypt, and it's tourists, so it means tourists. And we hope after maybe 1 month, we hope we trying to God. These measures, it's a good message to the whole world. It means that Egypt is a good country. When the player, all the world sees the pictures of pyramids, and when they do and have they have saves, it's going to be good for us, inshallah, to make the tourists come to Egypt and see how it's a good country is. We hope that.
Mr. Mohammed, Egypt has adopted for the first time this bubble model in this tournament. Do you think that this model will be adapted by other countries following Egypt in holding such tournaments?
Yes, it's going to be very, very hard for me to the next country who going to host the next World Cup. It means it will going to be Egypt. How do you do it? Does it? How it was good in Egypt? And we have we got the models, good models to other country how to host it. And we tournament. It's 60 this place. We take it the last time we going to host the national this 22 years ago. And we have the same place, the 7th place. We hope that the next, we're going to be the next tournament, going to be not four, maybe go for, and we have this generation and this good performance. We hope this, inshallah.
Yes. Your final comments, Mr. Mohammed, as we're wrapping up.
Okay, I am very happy because me and all the Egyptian teams, what they don't performance, they good names and they make this name with gold in the history of handball in Egypt. We would like to thank them. Even they make some mistakes. We hope these mistakes they're not going to do it. Some players were not in the. They're not. When you play against good teams, you're supposed to respect them. You're supposed to respect. Even you said, and we hope these silly mistakes they don't do it at the time, because we are expecting them many things in the future, inshallah.
Mr. Mohamed Rashad, sports critic, thank you so much for joining us on the Breakfast Show. And dear viewers, by this, we come to the end of today's episode of the Breakfast Show. Just a quick recap of what we discussed. We talked about the importance of homeschooling amidst COVID-19 and the importance of homeschooling as a new model of education. And we also talked about Egypt's national team's very impressive performance in the 27th handball men's championship. And dear viewers, you're in the company of myself, Karim Gamaluddin. Until we meet again, this is goodbye.